By far, we're seeing a lot more anxiety and depression. The dropout rates are alarming. Social media and screen time has gotten out of hand. It begs the question of what are we doing wrong?
My husband's from Illinois, and he didn't want to live in Chicago. I was from like a really big city, and he wanted to go to small town, and I was like big city, and so this seemed like a pretty healthy compromise. But one of the things I required, there had to be a good YMCA, there had to be snow, and there had to be green space. When I was a child, my mom was a prescription drug addict and alcoholic, and so she wasn't a very good mom. And a lot of things happened. I ended up going into foster care, and my foster parents were abusive. And so I was pretty much on my own by the time I was 13, and I decided that when I got big, I was going to show kids that not everybody was awful. When I took the classes to become a foster parent, they were here at the Y. So by the time the classes were done, we decided to buy a 15-passenger van. And we ended up adopting 6 kids. I didn't think that. I thought we'd have 1 or 2. You know, I did not think I would end up with 6, but we ended up with 6 for a total of 9 children.
In a community, we really want as many people as possible to kind of have the same or similar values. It's not the individual that's going to affect a community, it's the community as a whole that's going to either help the community rise and get through problems, or it's going to bring the community down.
I think that a lot of people don't see the actual impact that the Y has on people's lives. I mean, so many things have happened to my family in the past few years, and this is like an oasis. There are people who really need to be here. It was devastating when the Y was closed during COVID. It was absolutely devastating. And my kids ask me every single day, when can we go back to the Y? This is a place where, this is a community where people make friends. It's a safe place for a lot of people. It's a place for physical activity. It's a place where you can learn and grow. And it's not just a gym. I know people think, oh, well, it's a gym. It's not just a gym. This place is so much more than a gym. I've noticed since we've started swimming and my kids have become really involved in the swim team, which has been great for their self-esteem, that there's been so many more kids of color getting in the pool. And I know that the Y made that a huge focus. Like, it's a really big deal. The things the Y is doing to improve people's lives is a really, really big deal. And if you don't have those sort of challenges, maybe you don't experience that, maybe you don't know that it's happening. But the Y is making a real difference in a lot of people's lives.
We had just recently moved back from Michigan. He was diagnosed as being mildly autistic, so he's on the spectrum. Social skills, he lacked a lot of that. His speech delays kind of held him back too. Here it's about just being you and finding out what you like, and he feels included here. He feels like he fits in because you can just be yourself. Everybody here is themselves, whether it means you're silly, you're quiet, or there's always a spot for you, is how I feel like everyone makes the kids feel, and that's important. He went from, he wouldn't get dirty. And I mean, if he got dirt on his fingernail, under his fingernail, dirt on his hands, he wouldn't clean it off right away. He didn't want anything dirty on his pants. Started coming to camp, and I mean, I have pictures of him head to toe, covered in dirt, and I just knew he had a good time. He was outside exploring. He was learning more about his own, being self-sufficient, and it's okay to get dirty, and it's okay that you're having fun and you're not sitting in front of the TV like he was all the time, because I would work all day. He'd be here all day in the summer. We'd go home and I want to go outside.
Screen time is well known to increase anxiety. It's well known to cause isolation. It's well known to cause depression. All of these things, again, we're seeing, and it seems to all be tied in together. If we go back and talk about, well, when we're indoors, if we're not exercising, we're not getting sun, what else are we going to be doing? We're going to be spending time on screens.
Not only, knowing he's changed as a person and kind of become himself a little more, he's safe here, he's comfortable here, he has fun, but it makes it easier for me because I'm dropping him off and I know he's going to be fine, he's going to have a great day. And Every little bit that somebody can donate helps a ton. If it can help a family like mine, there's other families like mine. I want other kids to be able to have the family nights, have the sleepovers, because it gives them independence. It brings them out into their own little being of who they're going to grow up to be. And yeah, I just wish every family had the opportunity. And unfortunately, some aren't in the position financially to put their children in something like this. And Camp Winnebago has been the best thing that's happened for my son and myself.
Investing in our community in whichever way it may be, through the Y is one of the ways, through our own families, through an individual basis. That's how we're going to get our community back on track.